Well, hello and good morning. Right, I'm at Flatford Mill Lock at the moment, and just taking a little break. I've just portaged as I've paddled down from Catawade through the most stunning countryside just to get down here to see the mill, take in the mill, and then I'm going to go onward. I've just portaged at the lock. I'm going to go onward down to Dedham. This is an absolutely wonderful day out. Already I'm in awe of it. It's a crazy beautiful river. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you Flatford Mill, and then I'm going to back paddle because I'm now stuck in pea soup weed. I'm going to back paddle and then carry on along the river. Right, noisy lot behind me. Let's go. But there's Flatford Mill from the other side of the lock, and we've got some hire rowing boats here, none in use, and they're all just stuck in the weed at the moment, like I am. So as I said, I'm going to back paddle and we'll crack on. I've got to be careful with my paddles as I back paddle here, because I'm going to drop all this gunk into my craft. Nearly out of it, and then I'll get it off the paddles. Right, let's turn. And off we go under the wooden bridge. It's about 1.5 miles, maybe just over, to Dedham, and then we're going to get out there, have some lunch before taking a nice slow paddle back. Right, I'm going to keep quiet for a moment and just let you take in the views. Morning. Flatford Mill looks absolutely stunning, and if you go back to part 1, which was the video Catawade to Flatford Mill Lock, then you'll get an explanation of the history of the mill and John Constable, because we're in what they call Constable country. The famous painter John Constable, his family owned the mill, and this was his area. He grew up in Flatford, and there's some very, very famous paintings from the area which I will put up on the screen. The river has opened out a bit now, and I've since leaving the mill, and I'm only about a minute into the paddle, I've had past the rowing boat and another kayaker, so I've got a feeling there may be just a slight bit of traffic on this section rather than the narrow section in the first video, which was absolutely stunning, and I'm really looking forward to the return journey and filming that on the way back. this section. In fact, I've got a down paddle, otherwise I'm going to lose my hat. Oh, you see the wind turning the kayak, that's it. Right. Let's fight it and cut this bend. Huffing and puffing going on here. That's a little bit better. That's it. Still blowy, nowhere near as gusty as that was. Well, I've been on the water about 2 hours now. As I said earlier, I put in at Catawade, travelled over from Kent. Took me a bit longer than I expected, the journey over. I left at 6:20, but I basically hit loads of traffic. You've got to leave even earlier than that for that M25 and the A12. Loads of roadworks on the A12, which I'd not travelled up on it for about a year, and I assumed that would have all been finished, but hey ho, it's done. I've learnt now, so when I come back to do other sections of this river, I know to give it the time now, because I do like to get out on the paddle as early as I can. Oh yeah, you're right. See you steaming along there. Nice looking canoe. I'm just having to put a bit of effort in until I get round this bend. I'm hoping it'll calm down a little bit. Although I do know if it carries on like this, I'm going to be blown back as if I'm under sail. I've just been passed by an electric tourist boat. If I see one again, I'll try and catch it on film. It's it frightened the life out of me. I was looking down at the little map I've got, and because it's electric, I didn't hear it, and it's not flying, but it's going pretty fast around the corner. Very weird. I'm used to sort of the chug, chug, chug of diesel engines. But yeah, I'm sure I'll see another one. I think it goes up and down until sort of early evening, so we're bound to see it at some point this afternoon. Well, still this morning, but in the afternoon. I've certainly got a little bit of a battle on this section against the wind, but it's all good. And it is hitting me face on, so I'm hoping that it stays that way. Well, it stays that way now. I'd rather it turn, but when I get down to Dedham, have my lunch, that it's still facing that way on the way back, because then it's going to give me a lovely push all the way back. And obviously that's when you really need it, not when you go out fresh. Keeping my chin strap on. I've learnt my rest lesson from the Kentish Stour the River Stour in Kent, whereas you looked at those videos, my hat blew off several times and I chased it down the river. It was going down with the tide, but I did manage to retrieve it both times, and it was a stiflingly hot day, so when I actually got it on soaking wet, it actually felt wonderful. As you can probably see, there is a footpath on the left hand bank, and I do believe it's possible to walk that all the way to Catawade. So one of my future plans, and it won't be until the spring, is that I'm going to come back up and I'm going to do, there's a walk from, I think it may start at Dedham and it goes down to Catawade, but it's a circular walk, so I'm actually going to have that in as well. but not necessarily yet. Completely different stretch of the river than the first one, the first section I did. I felt like I was sort of in a jungle. It was absolutely wonderful. Overhanging trees, narrow, absolutely stunning, but it's very shallow here. Better get out to the middle, because I'm going to bottom out. Hopefully that's a bit better. That's better. Trying to cut the bend, and it's far too shallow for that. Well, we're now approaching the bridge that John Constable crossed to go to school every day when he was a little boy. Although this is a replacement. What they did, the old one was completely made of wood. And what they've done, they've tried to replicate it as best they can. But obviously they've used steel as the main support. Other than that, it's very, very similar to the original bridge. Oh, you can actually get out here to the left. See how time goes on the way back. Quite a bit of wave chop on the front. Very windy on this section, but it's very exposed. Definitely from the left-hand bank. I suppose you've got to expect it. Dirty old grey cloud directly in front, but I'll do the cloud go away dance and prayer, and it will go away, I promise you. He says, as the next shot you see, he's got his old poncho on and a miserable face again. Such a lot of wave slap on the bottom of this boat, but it really is blowing a hoolie here. There's a load of places to actually get out on this section, which is actually quite nice. I mean, I don't think I'll need to do it, but it is quite nice when you find a section of river where if you just feel like stretching your legs, you know, or getting out and having a drop of water or a bite to eat on the bank, that you can actually do it. And there is actually loads of stretches. I'm not saying I'm going to do it today because I've only got about another mile and a half before I reach Dedham and the Boathouse Cafe. Well, I'll be going past the Boathouse Cafe, probably getting off at the portage point by the lock, and then having a bite to eat. Blowy but lovely all the same. Got to be a bit careful on this section. What I've done a couple of times, I've tried to keep to the bank and I've rammed into tree stumps. I nearly did it on the right hand bank back there, and there's no sort, it's not visual that the tree's actually down in the water. So yeah, just got to be a little bit careful. I mean, it's hard to actually damage this kayak, but I don't want to, you know, take the risk. I don't really want to scrape it up if I can help it. I'll keep it as pristine as I can. It's just the way I am. This is absolutely inspiring. I mean, I haven't been out for a week or so, chomping at the bit to do so, and had real problems with my knee. Real problems. I've been on a walking stick. I'm just sort of, and this was a little bit worried, you know, coming out today. Not the kayaking bit, just the portaging bit. Because back at Flatford Mill Lock, you have to portage, and it's about 100 metres. So what I've done, I've packed a lot lighter today than I normally do. And I was concerned about my knee and my back. I've got back support on for carrying, and I've got my knee support on, neoprene knee support, but and I couldn't do it in one hit. Yeah, I had to trust in my instinct when I portage, because the kayak weighs 18 kilograms and you've got the paddle, and I've still got a fair bit of kit. I've still got 2 cameras, loads of batteries, got my lunch, flask. You know, I have downscaled a bit, but no way I could carry that 100 metres at the moment on my own. So what I did, quite sensibly, this is a tip, always make sure that I took the kayak and the paddle and the main dry bag, the big dry bag, with me, but I also took the little dry bag. The little dry bag's got my keys, my cards, my money, my world in. So make sure you carry your world, even if you have to do 2 or 3 trips. Keep that on you. Trusted, I left the camera behind. It's not the sort of place in the middle of nowhere. Chances of someone coming and grabbing something and running off. That's what I said. You've got to use your intuition and have a little bit of trust. So I took the kayak round and those bits. Took a walk back. Pick the other bits up, all done, yeah, no problem. Obviously there's some rivers and some sections of river, wouldn't do it. Just cannot trust to leave stuff behind. But I don't think there's too many worries on this river. Oh yeah, it's beautiful out. I came right down from Catawade. It's like a little jungle. You go up the far end, up Catawade.
Yeah.
Yes, it's amazing. While it's nice and quiet, I got a question from a viewer. It wasn't actually comment on one of my videos. It was privately through my David Wilson Out and About Facebook page, and it was probably the first time I've been asked it. It turned around and said, not so much my most recent videos, the last probably 5 or 6 kayaking videos, the front of my kayak has nearly always been in view, even if it's just the tip. The front's always been in view. But what he asked was that he noticed that a lot of the videos that I've posted, you know, there is a lot, you know, hundreds, couldn't see the kayak and it was nice and smooth, and he was basically wondering whether I was wearing it on the camera on a head, on a hat, or whether I had it on the headband or chest mount, but it can't, you know. So basically I explained, well, it couldn't be a chest mount because you could see the paddle. I found that if it's on the head, there's far too much movement, or a head, yeah, either way, head strap or cap. Tried both, so it wasn't that. And what I've done, I've made my own homemade rig. Now I've shown the rig many of my videos. Literally, I've taken photographs of it, posted it on the Facebook page, the YouTube, my YouTube community page. But yeah, I made my own rig out of polypipe, and what I've found, and I'm doing it again today, is I prefer to film at eye level. Maybe it's my personal preference, but I've got reasons for it. So literally the camera, as I'm looking at it now, is at my eye level. So you, the viewer, are seeing what I see. It's not low down between my legs on my crutch or the pedals in the way. And the other thing I found, and I've noticed that with the last few videos, is that if I have it lower and the front of the kayak's in view, I'm getting focus issues with distance. Obviously, when I'm turning it now, it's focusing into infinity. But because if I have the camera lower and facing forward, it spots the kayak deck. It then puts that in focus, and everything else goes slightly out of focus. So what I'm doing now, I'm recording again at eye level. Dog in the river having a bit of fun there. All right then. Well, the sun's blazing now. and it's getting quite hot. It's just gone midday, so looks like we're in for a hot afternoon. So when I do get out, I'm definitely going to reapply some Factor 50 for the journey back. I have got some on, but I think it's wise to douse myself, because I've got a feeling we're in for a real hot afternoon, which quite suits me for the 4 odd miles back. Well, we're now approaching the Boathouse Cafe on the left, so we're actually at Dedham, sorry. I'm going to go underneath this bridge and find the portage point so I can get out and have some lunch, and I'll bring you back when I'm there. I've got to get over to the right. There's swans on the right hand bank. I've got to take it easy past them. I can see the car park to the left, and this will probably be my next visit, although I might go down to Sudbury, but I will be launching from this point at some point in the near future. So it's nice to get out here, have a little look around, see where I can park, and yeah, you got the cafe and that. Oh, there's the canoe platform. I'm just going to go past it. Canoe platform's just on my left, just past it. I'm just going to go down to the lock. A couple of lads having a play about there. Oh, I'm not too sure. I think it might be a lassie on the left. All look the same to me. Bloody long hair. Yeah, there's the lock. There's a sluice. Still plenty of places to get out, just to get out, not to launch so much. On the right hand side there. Very shallow at this point. Probably only about literally about 30 centimetres deep. So I might ground out just going to the platform. Loads of ducks on the platform. And I need to turn around because I need to get out on the left hand side because of the weakness in my right knee. So when I hoist myself up, I'm weight bearing on the left. What I've done, I've tied the kayak off to this tree, because what happened is I grounded out about 2 meters out, but once I stepped out into the water I could then pull the kayak in, so I'm not going to take it out of the platform. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to have to get in it in the water when I get back in. So I've got my lunch. I'm going to have some lunch now and then I'll get back to you. Right, well I got out at the car park there at the slip, And like I just said in the last clip, I had to get out and wade in, and it's just a car park. I mean, I just don't want to sit there and eat. So I'm either going to find somewhere on the way back, or get back to Flatford and eat there. But I might actually just go around the corner, get out on the bank, because I'm getting a bit hungry. I mean, I was out really early. I had toast at 5:15. It's now 12:30. I'm due a bit of grub. Right, let's go see what we can find, see where we can get out. Boathouse Cafe looks nice. I've made myself some nice sandwiches, so I'll have them instead. What I think I'll do, I might try and get out this bank on the left hand side here. So it's very shallow here. This will do. That's it, ground out. That'll do me. Well, I had a thoroughly enjoyable lunch on the bank there. I didn't film that. I was sitting in the blazing sun. It probably wouldn't have come out, but really enjoyable. Feeding loads of the ducks. I had a nice white crusty cob doorstep sandwich with ham and smoked cheese in it. It was absolutely superb. Still got another one, but I'm going to eat that when I get back to Flatford Mill. It's really busy down at Dedham. Even though it's a weekday, there's lots of people out on boats, rented, and so it's quite busy on this river. One's coming down now. So what I'll do, I hope you've enjoyed part 2 from Flatford Mill Lock to Dedham. As I said, I didn't bother getting out. I've had my lunch on the bank, but now I'm making my way back up to Flatford Mill, which I will record for another video and start using the 360 camera a bit more. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, thank you for popping by, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're a subscriber, as always, thank you very much for watching, subscribing and sticking with me. Right, that's it for now. I'm off, back on the river, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.